What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 133, and we start today's episode off by looking at our youth squad monthly reports. You can see how our academy players are getting on, and also that Pepe has accepted his contract as well. We offered him a contract in the last episode, and now he's accepted it, and you'll take a look at his stats and his weak foot and skill moves rating in just a moment's time in this squad report, as we have now entered April. As you can see, some of the players doing really well. As I mentioned before, I'm disappointed about a couple of the players' development. Elise, for example, only gone up by 1 rating despite being an absolute monster all season long, and such an awesome young player for us, getting so much game time and always in the first 11. But for the most part, the team's doing pretty well. To be honest, we're coming towards the end of this season right now, looking at the players right now, seeing which ones I might look to shift on, which ones I want to keep in the side, and try and look for positions where we could strengthen next season. As you can see, here's Pepe's stats: 3-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves as well as he comes into the team. And I don't really know exactly where I would want to change to next season if we do play another season of Club and Country, but it's still really awesome to know. As you're looking down the list of the players, you look at the age, so many of the players are 23 or under, and it's absolutely awesome to know we're still going with this series a few years in, and we've still got such an awesome youthful squad as we look to build for the future. As you can see in the league table, with 7 games to go, we are 21 points clear of Sevilla, and we have already guaranteed the La Liga title. Even though we haven't been notified of that in the game, we are guaranteed to win it because of our head-to-head record being better than Sevilla with those 7 games to go. Even if they won all their 7 games and somehow we lost all of our 7 games, we would still be crowned champions on the head-to-head ruling. As you can see in the Champions League as well, we've been drawn against PSG in the quarter-finals of the competition, and that is the first game of today's episode as well, as the French side come and take us on here at El Sardinero for the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final. And really excited for this one as well, because last season we got to the quarter-finals of the Champions League in our debut year in the Champions League before Bayern Munich knocked us out over 2 legs. But this season I've got a really good feeling, even though yes, we're still quite a bit off where we want to be come the end of the series. I still believe we've made some great strides, and I'm feeling really confident about our chances of going through to the Champions League semi-finals. But the first chance of the quarter-final first leg would fall here in the 6th minute as Jesse Rodriguez goes down the right hand side, takes it around Lavetti and keeps on going, tries to drill in the cross, succeeds in doing so, and picks out Pedro Obiang. And for the first goal in a Champions League quarter-final tie, you may not have seen it from first viewing, but you'll see it on the replays. This is absolutely wonderful. Rodriguez drills in a cross, and Obiang no-look shot to the ball past the goalkeeper into the back of the net, and makes it Racing Santander 1, PSG 0. You see it best from this angle. Look at that. He's looking at the referee as he no-look shots the ball past Diego Alves into the back of the net, and it's Racing Santander 1, PSG 0. So the perfect start to this Champions League quarter-final first leg. Obiang getting the goal. Really underrated player in our side. Does the job in a holding midfield position week in, week out. Fills in at right back when he needs to do so as well when Carvajal's been injured, and he's been a really awesome player for us ever since he came in on a free transfer. In the 12th minute here, Jesse Rodriguez could have made it 2-0, but his shot was well saved with the goalkeeper after a nice run and cleared away. So still Racing 1, PSG 0. In the 28th minute, a great chance for PSG to equalise as Lucas finds Van der Wiel. He crosses towards Lavetti, but as Carvajal heads it away, it only comes to Pastore to keep the chance alive here down the left-hand side. Pick out Javier Pastore inside towards Lavetti, and Lavetti makes it Racing Santander 1, PSG 1. So pretty poor defending there. As soon as Borja Lopez headed the ball away, I felt, yes, the danger's over now, we're going to get the ball cleared. But I just sort of momentarily switched off, and as you can see, as the ball comes back inside here, look at how much space Lavetti has on his man. Simple finish into the bottom corner, and it's Racing 1, PSG 1. So poor defending by me there, and the French side are back on level terms. And 5 minutes after the restart in the second half, they had a great chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. Pastore plays a lovely little ball inside towards Lewandowski, and his header goes just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So the Polish striker almost putting PSG in front for the first time. In the 68th minute, another great chance for us to put ourselves back in front in this game as Grimaldo goes down the left-hand side, takes it around Verratti with some lovely dribbling, keeps on going our left back, then beats Van der Wiel as well. Wonderful run by our number 3. He swings it across as well, picks out Rodriguez, but his header goes just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. So what an assist that would have been from Grimaldo, but Sally Rodriguez's header is off target. So still 1-1. In the 74th minute, again, PSG came forward looking for the goal to put themselves in front for the first time. Lavetti's shot well saved by De Gea, and Grimaldo clears the ball away. And it was a really back and forth game. It was so fun to play, and seriously, after PSG had an attack, we had an attack. After we had the attack, PSG had the attack. It was really awesome seeing both teams going up and down the pitch. But in the 85th minute here, as Gomez comes forward down the right-hand side off the bench, he gets taken down, and the referee gives a penalty as well. Thiago Silva is is not happy about it. You would have seen it in real time, and you'll see it on the replay as well, as Moi Gomez goes through to shoot there. Silva lunges in from behind, catches our midfielder, and it's a great chance from the spot to make it Racing 2, PSG 1. So with 5 minutes to go, a great chance for us to retake the lead. It's Jesse Rodriguez against Alves, and Rodriguez smashes the ball into the top corner and makes it Racing Santander 2, PSG 1. So a late penalty won by Moi Gomez. He celebrates with the goal scorer of that spot kick, Jesse Rodriguez, and it's Racing 2, PSG 1. So delighted to get what will surely be the winning goal in this game. Rodriguez firing in the penalty, so reliable from the spot kicks, and as you'll see, that was how the game would finish as well. So a 2-1 victory against PSG. Honestly, it could have gone either way. It was one of those really fun games to play in. It was up and down the pitch all game long, both sides really desperate to get the win, but in the end, we're the ones that get the win in the first leg. And going into the second leg at PSG, we know that if PSG score, we'll have to score due to the away goal ruling, but even so, it's a nice healthy lead going into that game, and I'm really pleased with that. Following out, we promoted a left back from our academy. I'm never going to be able to pronounce this guy's name, so please don't ask me to, but he's got 4-star weak foot, 1-star skill moves. Exciting prospect tag. He looks okay as a squad player, like a lot of the youth players we've got in our squad right now, but I don't predict he'll ever burst into the first team, and he may play some minutes next season, but I'm not too sure he'll get too many. But even so, he comes into the team, and he would actually make his debut in this game as well against Osasuna, as we travel to the La Liga's bottom place side in this second of 3 games in today's episode. And of course, I mentioned before, we have won the league title, I do know that, but I'll still be playing the games regardless. So I know that some of you guys don't want me to simulate games, so for this season, if this does turn out to be our last season regardless, we won't be simulating league games, even though we've already won the title. Still, we do take on Osasuna for the first game of today's episode here in the the second game of today's episode. And the first opportunity, or incident I should say, fell there, but Pepe making his debut in this game gets an injury, and that's just typical, isn't it? Making his debut for Racing Santander just after signing a pro contract and gets injured in the first half. But it was a game where not much really happened, to be honest, until the 65th minute when Tunkara did open the scoring for us. As you can see by the team, there were 11 changes due to the fact that the Champions League quarter-final second leg was in midweek, so I didn't want to rest any of I didn't want to play any of my usual first 11 and possibly get them injured or fatigued for the midweek game. So Tunkara capitalising up front, playing in this game against his 5th goal of the season so far. He's been really good for us as a squad player. That's his 5th goal, and it's Osasuna 0, Racing 1. And not much really happened, to be honest, in the entire game. Tunkara again went pretty close here in the 83rd minute with his header going just wide of the post. But it was how the game would finish: Osasuna 0, Racing Santander 1. So you're probably sitting there thinking, seriously, you were taking on the league's bottom place side? How did you only win that game by a goal to 0? Well, there were 11 changes. I pretty much played for possession for the entire 90 minutes, and whenever we did get chances, we were clinical with the Tunkara one in the early on in the second half, and that's all we needed. So the 1-goal win is enough for us. We don't care. We've already won the league title anyway, and the more we go on, just keeping on getting these wins, the possibility of setting a new points record in La Liga could still be achieved. Still, following that, we saw Paco Candela has now been added to the transfer list as well. He's not being given a contract yet. He'll get a new contract very soon, but I've just been waiting for the right opportunity. But now he's been put on the transfer list, I'll certainly do so right at the start of next episode and try and keep the guy here, because I mean, he's going nowhere anyway regardless, but he's on 500 quid a week now. He's a 78 overall left winger. He's such a solid player. He's only 20 years old. I think he does deserve a new deal. But regardless, we take on PSG for the third and final game of today's episode here in the Champions League quarter-final second leg. After winning the first leg by 2-1, we knew that defense would be key here at the Parc des Princes. Making sure PSG wouldn't score and be in front on away goals was really important for us. So right from the off, really, we tried to keep hold of the ball and frustrate PSG, take the life out of the game. And in the 31st minute here, we had a great chance to make it 1-0, and we did so as well. Alvaro Morata got the goal. Really nice, simple passing, and eventually Elise plays a brilliant chip through ball towards Morata, who cushions it down and smashes the ball past the goalkeeper Alves. Although I will say, as you'll see on the replay, I'm surprised he didn't save it. The shot wasn't that great from Morata. It was straight out the goalkeeper, pretty weak with the left foot as well, and it just trickles through his legs and goes into the back of the net. So PSG 0, Racing 1. We've already got one away goal to equal their away goal, and we now have a 3-1 lead on aggregate in this game. In the 36th minute, it could have been 4-1 on aggregate, but that shot from the free kick was well saved by Diego Alves and turned behind for a corner. And from the corner, Jesse Rodriguez crosses the ball in, looks at Pedro Obiang, who wins the header, hits the top of the bar though, and Alves catches the rebound and keeps it at 1-0. So the pressure in this game was all from us, which was surprising because PSG needed to score in this second leg, but they weren't looking like they were capable of doing so. They were barely getting out of their own half, and in the 61st minute here, we had a great chance to make it 2-0, but Rodriguez's shot hits the post and PSG escapes. So still 1-0 to Racing Santander. Another away goal would surely seal it. Elise's attempt here went harmlessly off target, but for the most part it was a game which we controlled right from the first minute, and PSG, they never really got near our area, to be honest. And this is the Champions League quarter-final second leg. They needed a goal, but they were absolutely terrible. And in the 75th minute here, Pedro Obiang seals the game and seals the tie as well. Makes it PSG 0, Racing Santander 2. 4-1 on aggregate, and there is no doubt about it now. We are going through to the Champions League semi-finals. Obiang gets the goal to seal it, and I'm absolutely delighted about that, because last season, in our debut year, we got to the quarter-finals. This year, I was desperate to go one step further, try and get to the semi-finals. We succeeded in doing so with a really convincing win over 2 legs here against PSG. They're made to pay for not taking more chances in the first leg. We go through to the semi-finals. PSG are out of the Champions League in the quarter-finals, and I'm absolutely delighted about that. We've already won La Liga and the Champions League. It's still a dream, but it's definitely still a possibility. But that does end the episode, guys. So as always, big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.